times worse. Because, you have a baby in this world that's, people weren't, doing the best that they could to avoid, do their protection. So I had a false positive test for COVID at the hospital. Then they retested me. They're like, oh, no, you were negative. We switched your test with somebody else. So, instant panic. And then I had, once you're in a hospital setting and they tell you, oh, you have COVID, then they try to distance themselves from you. So I was negative, but they were going off of the positive test. So I had to do the epidural by myself, hold myself over a pillow. Because they were, it wasn't a close contact thing. Of course it was airborne, but still they would not hold you. So I'm imagining someone who had a positive test going through that experience. No one can hold you. They're iffy about whether they want to deliver your baby. So I'm like, whew. And I'm like, but once they figured out my test was negative, then like, oh, okay, you're good. So then they want to come around and be more warm to you. So I'm like, what if I had it, you would have been this cold to the person who does have it?
Wow.
So you always, as parents, we go, okay, how do I protect this baby? Not just from other people, from sicknesses, from harms, from these things as well. And I'm like, okay, all these things start flooding in your mind as soon as your baby comes out. You're like, okay, I need to protect this baby. So having a newborn, being at home, basically not really under a mandatory quarantine, but on a self-quarantine. Because like I said, I had anxiety throughout my whole pregnancy, so now it's just worse. So I'm like, okay, if I do take her to the doctor, I bought signs for her stroller, do not come near, covers, everything. This is, because I was in that mode of if she catches this,
you're protecting, Mama Bear is protecting her.
So, and then once my husband had to go back to work, which was about 8 weeks after, probably less than, probably 6 weeks after I had my baby, I'm like, you're going back to work tomorrow? And I'm like, so not only am I like, okay, you're going back to work, you're leaving me, even though that's not the idea. You're leaving me, you're going back to work, then you're going to work with people who could possibly be sick. So I'm making him, take off your uniform, everything in the garage, straight in the shower, because my worst fear was that my baby would get sick. And I'm like, ugh.
Anxiety turned up.
And so it's just, I started getting into that, put your kids first, put yourself in the back burner. If you don't get a shower today, that's fine.
Okay.
If you don't get to this for yourself, that's fine.
Your brain is thinking about everyone else but yourself.
But yourself.